Good morning, everybody. It's Ben with Ben's Brick Designs. Welcome to Sunday morning streams. We're going to be building the rest of the Ford Mustang and hanging out and doing some stuff. That's pretty much it. We're just going to be building. So I got a coffee here, and it doesn't have anything in it other than coffee, but I may go change that here in a second. So, what's up, Kodiak? How you doing? Good morning. As always, let me know how the video / audio is. I'm back to the regular OBS looking stuff. I really like Studio, but there's some limitations to it. I got to figure out some things like getting 2 cameras in one shot. But we'll figure that out when we get to it. So, newest microfighter I got, I'm going to take that off the stand. Got the parts for it yesterday. Is the Twilight from Clone Wars, the movie Clone Wars. Hi, Daily Brick. How's it going? So, Twilight, it's got a bending wing, and the gun rotates down, and that gun turns around, whatnot. And it's actually got the back end with you can't really see it in the dark, but there's a little orange box and a place for a grappling hook, like in the show. I really like the way this looks. It turned out pretty well. So there's the other side with the engine, the underside there. The front with I like the empty hinge there. That kind of makes it a good look right there. So this stand was supposed to be the battle over Teth and the landing platform from which they stole the Twilight. This was a Hutt's palace on Teth. I think it was Zero, the Hutt. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the whole thing was covered in like this lavender pink pall early in the morning, and then as it got later in the day, it started turning into like a yellowy orange. But when they were first there, it was kind of like this pink fog and everything. So I tried to give it that look without being bright pink the whole time. But because of the way this attaches, it has to sit kind of out front, and it was really hard to get a photo showing all of it at once. Plus, it's a pretty unique design of a ship in that it's got a lot of angles. It's got a lot of different positions for it to be seen at. It's kind of the cross section there. So yeah, I liked it. Turns out pretty good. So there's that. And then I'm ordering parts for the T6, Jedi shuttle. I'm also getting, can't stay. That's okay, Daily Brick. Thanks. And I appreciate that. Thank you for that's all I'm really going to be doing for the next long time is microfighters. So I'm glad you like them. I'm getting the T6 shuttle from a lug member. I'm going to go ahead and move to the build camera because we're going to start building. There we go. Thanks. Yeah, and if you can come back later, awesome. All right, so we're gonna roll back right into it. Yeah, so the next microfighter will be the T6, and then I've got several figures in bags ready to go. I just have to part them out and start ordering parts. I was thinking about taking some time off in like a week or so to just spend the time sorting, so I can go through and decide what. It retained the audio. Well, this was just a different scene. I'm just doing. Within OBS, I'm just doing a different scene. So it should keep the audio now instead of switching the cameras, because now the webcam is always on. Before I was using Restream Studio, which is their web client, and this is like the fat client. This is the actual OBS fed into Restream versus just using Restream. So I like the Restream Studio, and I'm going to have to do some work on that. There may be a few test streams in the future where I just play with stuff, getting new overlays and things like that, but it's not as important as building, so we're just going to keep building. And today's stream, I'm just going to go until I'm done. If it's less than an hour and a half, great. If it's longer, then it'll take longer. So somebody made a comment the other day. I was watching somebody stream, and they were like, yeah, it's really easy to get affiliate through Twitch. And I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, yeah, I got it in like a month. I'm like, I've been doing this for like a year and I don't have it. And it turns out, I think there's two factors here. I'm not gaming. I'm not playing a game. I'm also not streaming every day. I think what happens is when you stream every day, you have more of a chance to retain a large number of users. And I'm going to quit Chrome. I'm trying to quit as many things as possible and give this thing plenty of time to... It seems to be struggling a little bit with processing. So yeah, so I don't stream every day. Maybe when I take a week off, I'll make a push to stream every day, just to do it. Oh wait, I'm gonna turn this around. But yeah, I was a little bummed. Everyone was like, "Yeah, you should be affiliate by now." I'm like, I'm not even close. But it doesn't matter really. I'm not really doing this for the money or the monetization of the channel. I should do this where you guys can see it. I'm just doing this because I like doing it. And again, I'd be doing this anyway, but it would be nice. So if you haven't, please host on Twitch or share on Twitch. Let people know about it. I think I need 5 more followers, and then I need like average viewers to go up, and that's going to be the thing. Is the average viewers seems to be the one that's going to be the problem. When did those 2 pieces go in? Oh, okay. Right now. So nothing else really going on. Just ordered another set. Waiting for I was dumb and waited for midnight on Friday, August 1st to get I wanted to get the 501st Battle Pack, and then turns out, because I know a lot of people who stream from the UK, not personally, but I know of people who do that, and they were all talking about it, so I kind of thought that it would be available on the 1st of August, and it wasn't. In the US, it's the 1st of September, and somehow I knew that, but I kept checking the website, and it kept like, and it fed into the paranoia about it. I'm like, man, the website's having a problem. It's just not loading, and I hope I can get in. And turns out I can't for a month. So I don't need this. All those are done. Try to lower this a little bit so you can see more of the building. I think I got bumped a little bit. I think also long term I'd like to get a better machine so I could kind of handle all of the streaming on one machine. I can have a chat going that you can all see on this overlay, and then I have the music kind of piped through here, so it's not an additional laptop. I don't know if it's worth all that, but we'll see. Got a sticker coming up. Number 12. Powered by Ford. So Sorry if I'm not very talkative. Work's been a pain at the moment, so I've just got you in the background. No worries, man. I appreciate you being here, period. How's that laid out? Oh, I can't see. My old eyes. Okay, that's what I thought. Making sure. It's not straight at all. Balls. Another sticker. Another number 12. So let's do it from this side. Yeah, it's hard to say work's been kicking my butt and I hate it, and then at the same time you're like, but this is what I want to do. It's like if I ever got a job designing for Lego, and then if I ever caught myself complaining about it, I'd be like, well, time to move on. But I don't think I would ever do that. We had our Brick Fiesta convention. We had a speaker. Let me say his name was Gary or Greg or something like that. I'll have to look it up. But he was a designer. He was on the design team for Lego. And I'm like, you know, and then he was in charge of the group that worked on the Mickey Mouse set that was released, the exclusive. So, you know, the thing starts up and I'm like, all right, I'll bite. How do I get on with Lego? How, you know, what do I need to do to get a job with Lego? And he basically said, yeah, we're always taking internship applications and stuff because they bring a lot of focus to what we're doing and all that stuff. I'm like, great. I've had an application with the Lego group for like 10 years. He's like, yeah, go to lego.com/careers. I'm like, okay, there's the party line of, yeah, just apply. Like, okay, I will. All right, so I'm gonna have to twist this. For one of them. Oh, for both of them. Oh, Kitty found a box. Kitty says, I love these boxes. I think he's mad at me because I took away, nope, that's backwards. I took away all his boxes the other day. We've been getting so many shipments. Good morning, Bricks Toys. How's it going? Yeah, it really is. Like, it's who you know, and it's the space you occupy. And, you know, if you get lucky enough to know some people, I mean, because you could try really hard to get into a certain place for years and just bang your head against a wall. But then, you know, one fateful day you know, go to a convention and somebody who kind of knows somebody is there and before you know it, you're in. So it's like I could do this forever and nothing, and I could post on Instagram forever and nothing. But then I'll go to a convention in Seattle, and I'll just happen to talk to somebody over coffee, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, send me your contact info." So I don't know. What streaming software are you using? I like the setup. I am using OBS through Restream. So OBS Fat Client, or on a Mac, the actual application. Last week I did their Restream Studio version, which is the web version, and it worked pretty well, but it had some limitations that I didn't like. But it had some cool things that I did like I could highlight chats, and I think I could invite people into the chat if I want, or into the stream if I wanted to. Whereas I can't really do that with OBS. But I like OBS's control. I can have the slideshow. I can have 2 cameras at once. If I wanted to capture sound, I could, but I don't think this computer could handle it. So far, I like it. I've subscribed to a monthly thing so I could stream into a Facebook page that I set up. As of yet, I don't know that that's paying off, because I don't think anybody watches from Facebook anymore. It used to just go to my page, my timeline, and I would get, some people in there. And now I don't get anything. So I don't think having a page really helped out at all. But I appreciate you coming by, Bricks Toys. Music by Harris Heller on Spotify, if anyone's interested. Some good, not really EDM, but some chiptune, some good stuff to listen to while working, while streaming. He made it a point to put out music that was stream friendly. So if you become a fan, please make sure to donate or subscribe to whatever content he's got. And I think I've got a description or a link in the description. If I don't, I will rectify that. That's pretty cool. Console right there. I can't really see it. Little tape deck or something, little radio. Yeah, anybody who knows the ins and outs of the streaming world and its foibles and its problems, and is willing to make a sacrifice to help other people, that's really rad. There's a oh, thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, enjoy. It's a lot of kind of this stuff, so. I'll be here. I really do need to get some more time-lapse build stuff up, actual videos, rather than just live stuff, but just haven't had the time. Because, I mean, streaming is super easy. You just spend an hour and a half doing something, or 2 hours, or 3 hours. You set up a video, that can take you several days just to get the video done. Edited the way you wanted, uploaded properly. That goes in somewhere. This seems to go higher than this pin is wanting to go in. But I'm going to take it on faith that they want you to put it in this, both of these, because it doesn't say either way. That doesn't seem I don't know. The instructions just make it look like it goes higher than that. I don't know. Just recently did a compressed version of my live stream on the Thomas the Tank Superbill. It took 4 days between work to edit all the video down to the important. Yeah. Yeah, and all I'm doing is taking 10 minutes to build something and compressing it down to like 2 minutes. And still, I used to use a tool in like, I guess it was Windows 8, maybe. And it was just Windows Movie Maker. That's all it was. And it was the most perfect tool for what I needed when I was doing robot drawings. Because I could film myself drawing, and then I had basically like an INI file or something that said you could change the time. There's a plugin to change the speed of the video clip. You can adjust the speed. And what I would do is I would go download really fun songs from this copyright Creative Commons website, and then I was able to match the music perfectly to the length of the video perfectly to the movie. And it was, the transitions were easy and the text was easy, and it was just, I could do it all within like half hour, right? I could set it all up. But now it seems like, I can't even remember what software I'm using now. It's like Hit Film Express. So I started using this one tool, and everyone went, "Oh God, what are you using that for? That's entirely too complicated. Just use Hit Film Express or DaVinci or something like that." So I did, and it's like the learning curve on these is just ridiculous. Like, I'm not trying to be a filmmaker. I just want to make a little time-lapse video or a speed build video. And that's not the case. Right, here's your, I forget what this is called, universal joint. I like how in the picture it says, leave it up at this angle. It's like, it's not going to stay, it's going to fall over like a dead plant. Alright, that's going to go here, and sure enough, there's your steering column. Shot cut. Okay. Well, that's the thing. I don't edit on this Mac. I edit on the PC, so I'll try that. Because I don't have an iPhone. I record off my Android, so I mean it doesn't matter which one I import. I'd rather work off PC, honestly. But this PC I have doesn't. It's my work PC, and I don't want to like stream from it and put a bunch of tools on it. So I feel like I'm kind of abusing it, and I shouldn't be. But I also don't have $1,500 to $3,000 to spend on a nice machine. So I use what I've got around. I've got a friend who works at Rooster Teeth as a sound designer. Wow. There's a lot of pieces left over here. Do I have to go through this all again? No, there's one piece. And he streams playing games, and I can only assume that his rig is super awesome. This is going to be a problem. Like this I don't mind, but alright, gotta go back through it. Use that. Did that. I think I just got extra. I mean, that's all. That's all right. That's all right. It almost seems like that's the missing. They just have extra there or something. I see you do mostly live streams. What's your schedule? My schedule is Sunday at 10 a.m. and Thursday at 8 p.m. I was thinking of doing a Tuesday stream too, but I don't build a whole lot. Mostly it's designing, and I don't want to run out of stuff to design, but I don't think I'm going to run into that too much. What's that? Yeah, that's 2. Got 2 in there. 1 in there. That's weird. I mean, it must have been deeper. See, bag 2. All right, so let's go. Just looking for these pieces specifically. The rest of these I don't care about, but these are too big to have been extra. But I don't see where. Yep, I think I do. There's at least one of them. Those 2 go. Okay, got it. I do Marvel Mondays and Saturdays, 2 p.m. Just started streaming, still learning. Cool. Marvel Mondays. What do you do on Marvel Mondays? Are you an artist? Let's see, Bricks Toys. I mean, you must just build stuff. It must be a build stream, and you focus on Marvel. That's right. That's right. That's right. Maybe these 2 are just extra. Thanks, man. And I'll come back and throw you a sub later. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I guess those were just, oh wait. Ha 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 ha. Yep, found it. Not like this matters too terribly much, but it does matter. Alright, well that added a good 5 minutes to the build. I think it's so it can slightly sit up. Is that what it is? Oh, it's got a backing too. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Take that whole thing with me. I have an in real life friend who messaged me on Facebook the other day and says, do you know how I can get a hold of a Saturn V rocket that's not Amazon or eBay, where I'd be paying like $300? I'm like, you could try Bricklink. You could try, I could ask some of my lug friends. So I asked around the lug and somebody did have a copy, so that worked out. But I feel like he had said that he has done some extras. Those are your extras this time. He had already done the space station and the lunar lander, and he wants like a space background for when he's meeting people. All right. Are you familiar with Fallout 4 at all? I am. Just build Marvel set, short stream, 40 minutes. Check out you. Cool, right on. Am I familiar with? I'm familiar with it. I didn't play it. I played. I forget which Fallout I played, and then I tried Fallout 76, and it wasn't. I didn't like it much at all. Honestly, my favorite game from the series, and it's not even really from the series, is Fallout Shelter. That seems to be my go-to. I'm not a huge gamer. I have some games that I like, and I'll play religiously, but not enough to like stream playing. Yeah, 76 was terrible. Like the whole time I was playing it, first of all, I couldn't figure out if it was a single player or multiplayer. The graphics felt like it was from 10 years ago. It was just, I couldn't believe, like I was like, this is garbage. So I went back to playing, I think I was playing Red Dead Redemption at the time. So I went back to playing that, which is another interesting game. It's a, I like to call it the horse riding walking mechanic, and inventory management system. But I do like those games. That's pretty funny. That's like watching the old cut of Star Wars, and the first time you're in the Death Star, there's all those English words, and you're like, did they really speak English? I thought it was supposed to be Arabish. That wasn't changed till later. And that's, okay, stuff like that is stuff that I'm okay with changing. Like, well, obviously they don't speak English, so here's a change that makes more sense. All the rest of them are just, and it's a whole topic I don't want to get into. Oh, that is interesting. I like that. It's a great way to get a bunch of brackets and snot builds, especially the way those angles are. So you can see this little gap. You probably can't, but there's a little gap right in there. That's pretty cool. Got to remember that for when I'm building stuff. I still haven't gotten into Witcher 3 even. And I don't know why, it's just I heard all the rage about it. And then I started playing it and it didn't grab me. So I was really unsure why everyone liked it so much. Stuff like that too, where you're playing a game and it's obviously a different culture and yet they've got English words plastered all over. I mean, I get it. You want the player to be able to read it, but you're just assuming the player speaks English, you know? And it takes you out of the immersion of the game to like suddenly go, wait a minute, why do they have English labels on a Chinese submarine? All right, don't see the piece and whatever. It's okay. If you can't afford to play, it isn't time to play. Pretty much. Well, I'll play for a little bit, and then I'll be scrolling my phone, or I'll be playing video games, and I just sit there and go, and Beth can attest to this, I'll just kind of stand up and go, what am I doing? I could be doing something else right now. And then I'll go off and, like, I'm done playing video games. I'm going to go sort. I'm going to sort my Lego. That's what I need to be doing right now. Instead of cleaning the house or exercising or something. Making videos is what I should be doing. I just thought of that. Yeah, because I've got all the microfibers that I want broken down in bags, ready to go. All I have to do is film my. What I want to be able to do is film it once, and then it's going to bother me. Film it once, and then have the ability just to be able to drop in new video and use the same structure, just replace the assets. I can't tell. Something like this. We'll know soon enough. But it just seems like every time I try a new one, it's like I have to start from scratch just to be able to get the transition right, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, that seems like a big oversight to just kind of overlook something like that. It's like, did nobody in Q? I mean, surely the designers, half of them are probably not English speaking. You would think that somebody would go, why? Why is this way? Well, they're getting fancy. Yeah. I agree with that. So 2 of them. Just doing that. Oh, not that one. Ooh, there's a lot of these. It's going to come into play later. These striped tiles, or slopes. My job now is to find the one non-striped slope. Yeah. I watch a lot of, I used to watch more of, but I watch a lot of now, or then, this channel called What Culture, and it's a group of British people, and they review games and comics and stuff, and a lot of their reviews are based on games, and they have a lot of, you know, top 10 blunders of video games, and Bethesda is always in the top. Of like graphics, especially like seeing through people's heads and all kinds of clipping and just stuff that was overlooked. I think mostly because they rushed to production. the gaming company that, and I'm gonna have to look this up, that has a blank check for me from now until the end of time. And I'm gonna look this up real quick. It's not Naughty Dog, but Naughty Dog's pretty good too. Is Guerrilla Games. I know they did a bunch of weird stuff before, but Horizon Zero Dawn was so good. Like, I think it was kind of a departure from what they were used to doing, but it was such a well done game. Just the attention to detail and the story and the questing system. I found it to be a breath of fresh air. I really, really enjoyed it. Internet Historian has a grand video describing almost all the snafus at 76 frames. I'm going to have to watch that. A bit of Schadenfreude. No. Probably times 2. Let's do both of them then. What's up, David? What's up, Tucker? Hey, man. Good to see you. And thanks for coming through on Facebook instead of Twitch. No, I kid. I'm glad that somebody's using Facebook, actually. Still never played Horizon Zero Dawn. Dude, what is wrong with you? You should really play it because they're coming out with a sequel. Get it and the expansion pack and just come back to me when you're done. Because I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Like, I know a few people who are like, I didn't really get into it, but I cannot stress how enjoyable the game was for me. Like, I wanted to search every little bit of world that they had. I kind of am jealous of the people who haven't played it, who are just starting it for the first time. I kind of want to go back. I wish I could go back and play it again for the first time. Oh, hi, dogs. Coming to say hi. Just wandering around under my feet, being loud. The music was great. I don't know, you got choices to say things, but I don't think they impacted the story much. That's the only complaint I have, is like, you give a player the option to answer certain ways, and I don't necessarily know that it impacted anything. But again, I only played it through once, so maybe I should go back through and play it again a couple times. Re-download it and play it, just to see. How are things with you, David? I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope things are well. Yeah, me too. Environmental storytelling. Oh my god. The AC is taking forever to turn on, and these lights are hot. Ooh, look. Is that dark tan? It's dark tan, isn't it? Or is that... Yeah, that's dark tan. I was going to say, it's not a nougat. I know I have the full experience, just never opened it, but open worlds have become a huge problem for me because my ADHD kicks in and I try to do all the side quests and either burn out on the game or just take forever playing. I did the same thing. I will say that Zero Dawn does have side quests, but it's not as nearly as bad as like Dragon Age or something like that. And they're all fairly related to the story. So I mean, it's still side questy, but it's like it's not just as a completionist thing. I feel like it's not just to do because you can do it. There are bits that will actually help you get to the end, and which I thought was nice. And you can not do. There was some stuff I didn't do, like all the hunts. I didn't do all the hunts because I determined that playing them wasn't going to help me at all. And be like, well, I don't really need that. It is a bit of a struggle with inventory management. That's the one thing that I will give it is it's not really clear what bow is more important or what, you know. The story gives you some indications, but it's still like you could get through without really understanding that. Like you could just pick the one that you like the best and you would still be okay. So I just think that they did so well on the design of the world and the characters. The characters were all very cool too. So yeah, I recommend that. That's a highlight game for the past 10 years for me. Seat. Perfectly 90-degree seat. Pretty nice. Right there. I'm sure that leans back a little bit, slightly. All right, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee because I'm out. So I will be right back. Don't anybody go anywhere. Okay. In the middle of Assassin's Creed Origin, which I've done all the side quests and just need to do the final boss, but accidentally moved to one of the expansions that story-wise is supposed to be after beating that boss. I still need to go back and finish. Yes. So I think you got on here before I started talking about it. Have you played Witcher 3? I know it's a kind of a 10-year-old game or a 5-year-old game or something. It's an older game. So I got done playing the entire Uncharted series. So my COVID binge game thing has been all 4 Uncharted games, which aren't, you know, terribly long, and there's not, it kind of, you're on rails most of the time, so there's no side quests or anything. I think at most, the side questy thing to do would be to just pause and look for every single treasure along the way, which seems almost impossible, because some of those, I think some of the little treasures that you find along the way are probably in places that you can't stop easily. So I got maybe 30% of the treasures when I was playing it. But the 4th game is so good. Like the action and the animation and the visuals and the acting are just phenomenal. And I went right from that to Witcher 3, which seemed like I went back about 5 years. And I was just like, so I'm giving it some time. I'm just playing Battlefront. I may go back to it and see if I pick it up any better. I may start over. Because I didn't get very far. The combat seemed really weird and clunky. Like there was a million things you could do in terms of combat. And they throw them all at you at once in that initial training thing. It's like, here, you can do this. All right, let's go. And you're like, what? It's like, but I want to fight more with this little girl because I don't really know what I'm doing. They're like, nah, you're done. She needs the training. You don't. You're a witcher. Get out there. So I'm like wandering around this inn going, Hi, what's up? It's just, I don't know. And I can already tell this is going to be one of those side quest games that are going to be like, hey, go save this villager, or go find this guy who robbed this store, or do all these little bitty things. And I'm like, I'm not even really sure what the real story is here yet. It seemed like there was a dream or something. Plus, I made the mistake of, I've seen the show, but I haven't read the books or played the game. So knowing that it's kind of all over the place, the show is all over the place, I feel like the game is now all over the place. Got some seats. Look at them seats. Look at them bucket seats. Cozy. I like the use of the log pieces on those seats. It's a nice look. All right, side panel 1. Let's do this. So now that we're not in Technic land, I feel like we can rock through a lot of this. Unless, of course, I mess a step up and have to go back and fix it. Which is likely. You get to make love on top of unicorn. There's my hook for The Witcher. Okay, well, sold. I guess I'll get to that part. That was always a part that I felt was a little weird about, because I played Dragon Age, and then I played Dragon Age Inquisition, and I liked both of those games, but there was always the feeling like the romance part of the game wasn't, and I don't know what I was expecting, like I didn't want a porn game or anything, but I felt like you weren't able to explore, like you just couldn't pick a person to be the one that you try to fall in love with during the game. They kind of chose it for you. So because I'm like, no, I want to talk to that little dwarf girl, and they're like, no, that's not who you're supposed to fall in love with. Go talk to that pirate lady. I'm like, oh, all right, but I don't want to talk to the pirate lady. I want to talk to the dwarf lady. And you get to the point where you've exhausted everything that they're there to talk about, so you're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, I don't know why you're back again. You're like, oh, this feels like real life when no one wanted to talk to me. Now I has a sad. All right, sub-assemblies have got to stop. Got 4 sub-assemblies going here. Too real. Yeah, it was like you'd roll up and be like, hey, so how you doing? And they're like, I've told you everything you need to know. I'm like, I know, but let's talk about you. And they're like, I'm an NPC. I don't know what you want from me. I'm like, ah, damn it. Ooh, nice. I don't have that piece. That's a nice piece. Yeah, we're not even halfway done with this. Looks like I'm gonna be here for a while, and that's okay. Right, like that, and like that. So that's there. No. Oh, yeah. So let me show the joint there. That's pretty slick. There's a little bit of a lag between even this camera and what I see. So I apologize if there's a lag for what you guys see too. This also doesn't seem like it's... Okay. That, and over here. I'm normally not good with this because I'm starting to recognize the songs from the artist, and this isn't one of my favorite, but I'm going to let it play through just to have stuff in the background. Make sure I'm still in the same artist. I wish there's a way to blow this up so I could just see this. Oh well. Chat's more important. Again, this sounds like something where I'm being introduced to a video at work for like training. This is how to effectively use Teams in your organization's environment. Microsoft Teams is an all-encompassing platform that gives your users specific abilities no other communications tools can, including chat, phone, video conferencing, file storage, records retention, and much, much more. Flip. So Tucker, I don't know if you heard this or not, but were you at the Haters Ball? Were you at the last Haters Ball, Mel's birthday? There was Adrian did a bit on me, and he was like basically making the fun of like watching some pudgy white guy play with Lego or something like that, which accurate, hilarious. And of course, I know in the grand scheme of things, we all don't mean these things. But the other day he messaged, like 2 days ago, he messaged me on Facebook, and he was like, so how do I get a hold of a Saturn V rocket Lego set? And I'm like, yeah, I see how it is. It was pretty funny. So then he wanted to know like all about the studio or the design software that I use and all this stuff. And I was like, one of us. I'm sure he's got some large, he wanted space stuff for background for Zoom meetings, which is a cool thing to have. We called both our shows podcasts. Yeah, that one. You know who else does that is Chip. Like he's like, so do you do that during your podcast? I'm like, Chip, I don't have a podcast. He's like, but what is that thing? What is that thing you were doing on YouTube? I'm like, it's not a podcast, dude. Oh. Boop. Oh, Chip. It's coming together. Oh, it has done come together. I'm guessing. I like these expert sets because they don't hold your hand for a lot of it. They say it goes here, and you're like, but where? And they're like, you'll figure it out. Context clues. Yes. Oh no, he wasn't looking for a real Saturn V. He was like, hey, you live in Texas. Any chance I could get a hold of a rocket? It's like, no. No, just that. He didn't want to find one on eBay. Or he didn't want to have to look on eBay because you'd have to wait to see if you win. And I guess Amazon, it's like, you kind of don't want to have to go through Amazon, and I get that. We've been trying not to, too. So I was like, well, you can go through Bricklink, which is a like a secondary market collection of shops. So I couldn't find one that was any cheaper than going through eBay or Amazon. But I was like, I bet one of my Lud friends has one. And sure enough, there was a guy in Houston who had one. So with shipping, it would, he got one for probably $200, which, considering that set came out a year ago or more, turned out pretty well. And it's kind of a hard to get set anyway. This is the kind of music I'm really enjoying, this sort of Carpenter's 80s. Not Carpenter's, John Carpenter type. Hey Jerry, how's it going? I'm going to forget you said that, Tucker. What? Chinese knockoff sets. How dare you? How dare you come onto this channel saying that? I oughta. You could very well do that. There's a lot of, I've been going through my Facebook feed and my Instagram feed are chock full of ads, and the more I report, the more I get from sites that are basically selling either super cheap but hard to find Lego sets. Things like the Lamborghini or the Millennium Falcon or Hogwarts Castle, things that are like really expensive. And they're like for $30 or $60. And you're like, yeah, but those aren't real Lego sets. And they're like, but you can have them for $30. You're like, so I just report those. I'm like, scam. First of all, it comes from overseas. That's fine, but it's packed really bad. Sometimes you don't get it for months, and they just take your money and not report anything back to you. Like, we got your order and we'll send it to you, whatever. So it's terrible. Oh, I forgot to put this piece on. Oh yeah, thanks Bricks Toys, appreciate it. Those Chinese knockoffs make excellent paperweights, improvised projectiles with dealing with home intruders. Very good, I like that. The other ads that I report are the ones from, again, probably China somewhere, but they are basically taking a designer, like I would come up with a design for something, a modular house, the owl, right? That guy. Any of my Star Wars things, and I'd put them up on Ideas, and Ideas votes on it, and then you don't get it, and so you say, okay, well, Ideas, Lego didn't want it, so I'm going to offer up the instructions for free on my website. So then what Lepin does, because it's effing Lepin, is they go get those instructions, and then they sell the set on their site as a, here's a set of ours that you can get. And they don't credit the original creator, and they don't say who did it originally. They don't pay them. They put it up on their site, and that's it. So an example of this is there was a guy who designed a Nebulon B frigate from Star Wars, and set it as an ideas set, and ideas said, no, we're not going to do this. Turns out it's because they already had one kind of in a design phase to do as a UCS one later. So the guy was like, all right, well, they didn't want it, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up for free. The instructions, not the parts or anything, just the instructions. Yeah. Kodiak, I don't think they know what to do with your spider, with your Thomas the Tank Engine spider. So they, Lepin got a hold of that and basically sold it. So now you can get a Nebulon 2 frigate for like, you know, $100 or something like that, when in reality it would probably be $500, $400 because it was a big set and complicated set. And so, you know, and there's nothing a designer can do about that. There's nothing, because you'd put up your stuff for free, and then they're like, well, we're just offering the pieces. It's like, yeah, but you're not giving anybody any credit. You're not paying them for the use of the design that they made. You know, be cool about this, and they're just not being cool about it. Because they don't have to. That's the thing, and it's kind of frustrating. So I saw a lady at work, actually, who's in charge of our, we have a medical museum in our lobby, history of medicine stuff. And there was one of those Nebulon B frigates. I was like, whoa, who's in charge of the, the museum? And they're like, this lady. So I messaged her. I'm like, hey, that's a really cool Lego set you got down there. Where'd you get it? She goes, we just got it online. I'm like, who put it together? She's like, my husband and I. He's a design space person, and you know, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, ah, okay. I didn't want to like, and I like stopped halfway through wanting to say, you know, you're basically ripping off a designer by buying that. I didn't, you know, like if they didn't know up until that point, I'm not going to educate them about it. It's just, I don't know. It seems kind of petty, but here I am talking about it. So there's all these sites that are like, you know, buy this really cool dragon or buy this really cool thing. And so I always message them and say, is this the dragon designed by this person? You know, leave a comment saying, if you'd really like to buy this by all the people who are commenting on the site, you should go to this guy's Patreon and support him by subscribing to his Patreon account, rather than giving this company money for basically stealing his idea. So that's my new goal. That's my new mission in life. And I don't know how long I'll be doing that, but that just infuriates me. Because there is almost nothing they can do about it. First of all, it's a company overseas, and once you put up your stuff online for free, or for everybody to kind of get on their own, you know, if somebody decides that they're going to go make money off of it, what are you going to do about that? You can't really do anything about it. Which is kind of sad. It's like if I took Kodiak's design, his Thomas the Tank Engine Wild Wild West spider bot action, and then put it up on my website and said, hey, look at this great design. Here's the instructions, and here's a link to buy all the parts from Lepin, let's say, or whoever else, and it'll only cost you $40, you know, and that set's easily a $200 set because there's a lot of parts in that. There's nothing that says I can't do that. There really isn't. Especially if you say, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, so here's the... If I just did it now, it would be bad. But if you put up the instructions on Rebrickable, let's say, and you didn't charge for them, I can just get those instructions and do whatever I want with them now. Because it's in the public sphere. And it sucks, but it's kind of how it works with Lepin and their effing cronies. So I don't know if this is just because it's a better build, but I like this build so far a lot better than the Fiat. The Fiat I know had to be a little smaller, but this just seems to have, it makes all the right decisions along the way, like when to support stuff, and it seems more solid, and I get it, it's a little bigger. Yeah, the parts, well, and you can get away with getting different parts sometimes too. But yeah, the dark blues are more expensive. Let me tell you about part shopping for when we did the Capitol. Oh my goodness. That was terrible. I hated doing that. But I had a lot of help from a guy who's, I don't know what he does for a living. I think he's a software engineer, but he's a genius with spreadsheets. And so he was really able to help out a lot to get that nailed down. We ended up ordering a lot of, oh man, oh shoot, okay. I was going to say there's a lot of parts left over and I'm at the end of the bag. All right, where did these go? Oh, right there. Hey Beth, I may be going longer than 11:30. She doesn't care. I mean, she does, but I want to get this done today, so I'm going to be here a little bit longer. Going as fast as I can. All right, where do these guys go? Oh, right there. Yeah, I'm going to stay until I finish. I've got basically 3 more bags. So hopefully, I'm going to go tell her. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Let's see if I can do this. Pa-bam. Oh, you got plenty of catch up. All right. Yeah, just went and told Beth that I'm going to be on till I finish. Not getting permission, letting my partner know, so she has her expectations set. Because we were going to work out after this, but we've been getting back into working out, and I screwed up my my hip or my leg or something, and it's just like I can't lift and walk, and it's just kind of a pain. It's literally a pain in the butt. My butt hurts. I think it's from sitting all day. All right, let's get this instructions out of the way. So Tucker, if you're still on, how are things in Beerland? I know this pandemic hasn't been really good for traveling and going to breweries and stuff. I haven't even been able to go to my favorite tap room because they keep opening up. And once they open up, I'm like, I don't think I can go to you guys until... I was okay just doing curbside, and I understand they're a business, and they have to try to stay afloat. So anytime they get a little leeway to have more people come in, they will, and I get that. But it also means that I probably won't go. So I I haven't been able to explore a lot in terms of beers lately. And Flying Man closed down, and it's now a different different brewery that I'd really love to check out. But I mean, I don't know when we're going to do that. And I know you said your thing was kind of on hold. You and Cease had stopped doing that, and I know that was a while ago. But I wanted to know if you guys were, if you specifically were doing anything else with it, or I think it's supposed to go all the way in, but they're sticky. Let's just see how far that goes in. It's a nice, because I know that's going to be a wheel well, but I mean, that's a nice way to keep that sort of nice and black and solid up in there. Pretty slick. Pretty good design. Whole page for just those two things, huh? Ah. Well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, this would have been a fun set to design. That flag piece has been hell for me to find for my build. Oh, these big ones? Yeah. I've got a bunch of smaller ones, but... Which is weird. This was a pretty popular set. You would have thought that maybe it's because it's in black. That would be more prevalent on Bricklink or something. Like so. I have to start ordering more dark orange too because I want to get this other project going, but dark oranges. We had a lug bulk order through our lug, and because of everything, it's been delayed, but that means that this order I put in of like $300, especially with dark orange bricks, is now I don't have it. So I'm like piecemealing dark orange and dark tan and nougat from just when I do a microfighter purchase. I'll just go through the person's shop and be like, what dark orange do you have? So I'm trying to get this other big mock that I've got going on built, but it's, I'm trying not to design it in studio first, but I'm having such a mental hang up about not knowing exactly what parts I need ahead of time, instead of just going, yeah, I'll just order a bunch of these things and we'll just kind of build as we need to. It's like, I think I like it the other way. Now that I've hung out with it a little bit, I'm not real happy about that. And I still want to make it so you guys can see this. Otherwise, what's the point? So I might try to build it in studio, which is going to be a pain in the butt. Because it's also, I'm trying to build it in sections, so if I do travel with it, it's easily deconstructed and transported. Because I learned my lesson with the Capitol. That thing was not easy to move. And that's my fault. I built it in sections enough to get it through a door, but that was it. Everything else was just, that was a problem. But it's where it needs to be now, so that's all good. Everything worked out. I had a YouTube subscriber that I follow build the, I guess it was the Bugatti, in a 12-hour stream. Like, she sat there for 12 hours building, and I was like, I don't know if I could sit for 12 hours. I would have to take quite a few breaks. These fenders there. Coming together. Literally the phrase of Lego, it's coming together. So 3. Not really sure what's going on here. That doesn't seem... Okay. There'll be something attached to that later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This feels like I'm watching Tron Uprising. You ever seen that? Anybody seen that on Netflix? It's on Netflix for half a second. I think they brought it. Oh, it's on Disney now. I think. I really liked that show. It was really good. I didn't at first. Like, it was a little weird, and I was like, "What is this?" But as a big Tron fan, oh no, I had to watch it, and at first I wasn't a fan, but it grew on me. It has a great cast. Elijah Wood's in it, Lance Hendrickson, Mandy Moore, Paul Rubens. And that's a weird thing to say for me, is like it has a great cast, even though it's a cartoon, because I want voice actors to get their due. But so. Yeah, it's this weird sort of, it's computer animated animation. So it kind of looks like, you know, a grown-up version of Reboot or Beastmaster or Beast Wars or something like that. And, but they're very angular, and the force perspective it's kind of a Eon Flux kind of looking thing. If you watch it, though, you specifically have to watch, like, the first episode is basically the pilot, and it's like a little movie. But they aren't airing that on Disney Plus for some reason. You have to go find it on YouTube. So you have to watch that, and then you can watch, it's only like 13 episodes. It was like one season. So there wasn't a lot to it. But I really enjoyed it. It was kind of like that small underground kind of hero becomes, or person becomes a hero. You know, the reluctant hero kind of thing. But then it's a good in between, because it's supposed to be in between Tron and Tron Legacy. So it's a good little bridge story, and it's got its own like lore and stuff inside it, and little bottle episodes that it tells. But it's pretty much a serial story. I enjoyed it. I mean, if you like Tron a lot, I would check it out. If you just are okay with it, you know, it's you're not missing much. You can still appreciate the lore without it. It just kind of adds a little bit to it. I tried to go back and watch the original. I still have a fond place in my heart for the original because I'm a child of the 80s. Man, that thing is terrible. It's not bad. It's just so slow. And there's a lot that they could have done. It you know, for it coming out in 83, 82. I mean, it came out early. There was it may not have been. Let me see if I can find it. Release date 82, yeah. So the fact that it had as many computer graphics as it did was something of a big thing for the time period. And a lot of it was rotoscoping, and a lot of it was painting over the cells of the film and stuff. But they did have computer animation in there, and it's some of the earliest stuff. And it's not great, but it's, you know, I remember seeing it the first time going, is this an actual thing? Can we do more movies like this? Because this is amazing. But now you go back, and of course it looks a little dated. It looks a little cheesy. But it's, I like the lore of it, you know, and I get a lot of people not liking the, well, life inside a computer. It's like, well, yeah, but somehow that's too out there, but Zootopia is fine. You know, it's like, we're anthropomorphizing things. Why can't we do that with this one? There's just so much snot building going on here. Oh, and before I mess this all up, there's two extra. I think the problem I have with directions is I see these call-outs, right? Can't really see that. These call-outs. And I focus on them, and then I don't realize that there's other parts that go in here. Yeah, it had live action at the beginning and end, and it had live action in the middle when they're trying to communicate with each other. But and then of course all the actors are live action, but the the light cycles, the recognizers, all the bit bugs and the bits and the landscape that they're in, all computer generated, and it's simple wireframe stuff. So it's not terribly complicated. But the fact that they were able to, I mean, that must have taken so much memory at the time when memory was not a thing that anybody realized you needed. Ooh, these are in tan now. Mmm. Like that. And again, this set is, I don't know how old, at least a year. So I'm kind of behind the curve, I'm sure. Behind the curve. Not curve. Anytime they need, I also realized a little while ago that growing up playing with Lego sets had an unintended benefit for my company. Anytime they need a key of furniture put together, inherently I'm the one to do it fast and right the first time. Yeah. I hear that. It's like being in IT now. I get phone calls from my parents going, not anymore. They're pretty good about not bothering me with it. But originally they were like, I really can't get this wireless to work. Or what do I need to do to upgrade my Windows? Or how come this blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I am off right now. But please don't ask me to do this. Ford's 300 millionth car was a special edition Mustang, a GT convertible. I forget what 300 is. La 300 millième voiture de Ford était une Mustang édition spéciale, une GT décapotable. So a convertible is a décapotable, which looks like means headless. Décapotable. That's hilarious. I didn't realize that the word for convertible in French was basically headless. It makes sense. All right. Décapotable. Une voiture décapotable. My French is terrible. I need to get back into that. Ooh. Nope, did this wrong. Where's Tucker with my French lesson of the day? Where's my Belgian? Décapotable, Tucker. That just makes me happy right there. It's the little things. I would love for there to be a French person in the chat. That would be a good thing for me to do, is converse in French, or to brush up on it. I really should get back to that. Starting my Duolingo again. Which I know isn't the same as conversational, but it's not like I'm going anywhere. Quoi? Décapotable. Without looking it up, décapotable. I did not know this. Times a 2. Well, I got you 2. With that on the outside. All right. Well, that's something that it almost feels like it literally means headless, right? What is headless in French? Something de tête / hatchback. All right. Oh, we get to open the part. Part uno. Look how non-scratched that is. Oh, that's so shiny and perfect. Sans le tête. Et la tête, oh. Alouette, jonté, alouette. Sorry. Marie Antoinette. Decapité. Oh, well, come on. I almost could have made that up. Decapité is headless. Decapotable is convertible. That's funny. It is funny. I don't know why I find it funny. I like language. Yes, Marie Antoinette is headless. Don't have to apologize. That is the truth. She's also very dead. Oh. Où est la piece? Oh, there it is. That looked blue. I'm putting the back end of this car on right now. Ba, 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 ba. Oh. Yeah, I know enough French to be annoying to Beth, but that's about it. I know enough French to be annoying to Beth and to Tucker because I don't know more than I do. I think Tucker and Bronstein and I need to just have our French over coffee Zoom calls. We can just converse in French. That's actually a really good idea. We should totally do that. What is headless in French? No, I get it. That was great. That was perfect. Sounds like a Rent song. 5,025 600 minutes. Something like that. This is a junky instruction. Do that and then put this thing on top of it. Oh, my phone is buzzing. Quoi? Oh, Fitness Pal. Yeah, we should totally do that. I'll see if I know Bronstein's always up for doing something like that. I really need to get back into doing that. I liked doing it, and it's good for your brain. And I don't want to have to start over with another language. Like, I don't want to have to learn Spanish. Although it probably wouldn't be terribly hard, and it would be more useful to considering we're in Texas. But I already started with French. For a hot minute, I was trying to teach myself Mandarin. That was not easy. And I've forgotten just about everything since I started. I think I'm getting to the end of the playlist on this musician's Spotify channel because it feels like there's 20 songs. It's got to be more than that, but oh goodness. Not that it's bad, just starting to recognize the music. So Tucker, how's Mel's move over to Twitch been treating her? She doing okay? I know they scored a huge number of viewers like right off the bat, so that was good. Have you thought of starting Hops and Grain, or what's the Hops? Hops and Grain. What's the Hops back up on Twitch? Back end, sexy, starting to get a little sexier. Nice. Got 2 bags to get through, man. It's gonna be a while. I didn't realize it was gonna take this long. I also have nothing else to do today, so. Somebody Twitch raid me while I'm on here for a while. It's fine enough. It's rough having to start all over when you had consistency on one platform and it hurts. Twitch doesn't allow for co-streams, which she relied heavily on. Oh, yeah. Doc Sampson, hey, man. How's it going, brother? Doc, I have a puppet that I was thinking of using for streams when I do stuff with Beth. But then I thought, no, I won't do that to you because that's your bit. She's a fan of Avenue Q, and so a friend of ours. God, that is not straight. A friend of ours, well, it's on there now. Damn it. Got her a puppet, and it's a funny looking puppet, and I use it a lot when I'm talking on meetings at work. It's not nearly as customized as yours, but it'll work in a pinch. What if I could get a partner? I don't feel I'm interesting enough to do solo. What about your other beer drinker friends? I mean, like Aaron or me, or I'm trying to think who else. Jeff. I'm probably not as interesting as you think either, and I don't know nearly enough about beer as you guys do. So. Oh, I see. Put that on. Let me put those two things on there. There's an Instagram account I follow, Tucker. That's this lady who's a brewmaster. You might already follow her, but she draws cartoons for all the stuff that she had to go through to become a brewmaster. So like her doctorate in brewology or mixology. It's very cool. Like the types of brewing and all the functions that go into it and the chemistry. It's kind of a fun one. So Doc, you got any new sets? Were you involved in getting some of your August 1st sets, or do you have to? You're in the States too, right? You got to wait for the rest of us for September. I made the mistake of staying up till midnight Eastern on July 31st, thinking I would try to get me a 501st Battle Pack set, and then I found out later that August 1st was everywhere but the U.S., and I was like, oh man, and I stayed up late and everything. Like I was really going to get me a set. Turns out, no, I wasn't. I did not, however, get the piano or the NES. And I don't know if the NES is available now, but I think that might be a Christmas present to myself, because I'm trying to still save up for wedding, and I've already spent my allotment of Lego money for the month. Getting this, getting the T6 shuttle. Oh, I'd love to be on the fly on the wall when they design stuff like this. It's so nice. Rumors are August 15th now. Really? Instead of September 1st, they're going to do August 15th? I'd be all right with that, I guess. I mean, really all I want is that battle pack. I don't think I'm going to get anything else from that wave. I might get the ITS, but I don't know. Is that all? Oh no, there's a... Where's this go? Oh. This whole thing is held on by one stud. Wow. All right. Faith in the clutch. Faith in the clutch power. So my concern about having it August 15th is that they may not have the it seems to be hanging out there a lot. Not sure if that's the right. Losing my voice. Is that supply chain issues are still going to be prevalent in 2 weeks. And I think that was the whole reason they were going to do it in a month, was to avoid that. They think they can have it settled by, in 2 weeks. I mean, I'm all for it. I'll order it. All right, I guess that lines up that way on purpose. I feel like despite having these lights like right here, it's not bright enough. Flip. Dip, trip, flip, fantastic. Oh, wait. No, I did that right. Okay. And then, so the NES is probably a Christmas present, either to myself or from Beth. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to get the piano. I think the piano is just too... I don't know. It's a cool set. It's very cool. Like, it's really well designed. But at the same time, I'm like, that's too display-y for me. And I think it's just too much for... I'd love to be able to just buy everything. I'd love to be able to just spend my time doing nothing but building. Oh, that's right. I need one of those. And buying and just doing, like, every day, new set to build on my channel. But gotta have a job. That is all to say that I don't think I'm getting the piano. But I would still like to get the NES. So that's now your back end. I just think the NES set is really effing cool. They both are. I mean, I love the ability to play on your phone with the piano. I think that's pretty wild. Some good design work there. It's also very expensive. They're both not cheap, that's for sure. Tucker, you keeping up with your running? You still running? Keep pulling people back in with the discussions. You still doing this? Still doing this? Alright, where to put that? Huh. There we go. Got a dashboard in there now. Oh, this is going to be complicated. Hang on. I guess not that complicated. Everybody got so quiet. Oh, other big shield. Love it. So maybe I'll start streaming me designing this big old set, but I don't know if the computer can handle it. Because once you start getting a large number of parts going into Studio, it tends to bog down a little bit. So I may have to do it in sections. Uh-oh. Nope, 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 nope. Let's see. Hooray, got through the bag with no obviously missing parts. Same sort of design here as the Fiat. Let me bring that over here. Same sort of hinge right there. Flips back into that. They have me build this and then it kind of goes like that. Seems to be fairly common. Now the bug didn't do it. Maybe it did the mini, so it must be kind of a new thing. Structural, I guess. Scruffy Nerf Herder, what's up on Twitch? How's it going, Aaron? Those are your extra pieces. Speaking of other people who like beer, and I know in real life. All right, bag. Sorry. How's Twitch for you, Aaron? I know that you were on Mixer as well for a while. You finding the transition okay? Whoa, slow down. Oh, I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Hanging in there just like everybody else. Getting tired of looking at the same four walls out of my room and out on the street, moving through the crowd in the midnight heat. Nobody knows where I'm going. Nobody knows where I've been. Yeah, that just happened. Sorry. I feel like I should have just switched a long time ago, but I missed those super low latency for Mixer. Yeah. Well, I found out too that the Twitch latency tends to be because what it can ingest. Like YouTube can handle anything you throw at it, but Twitch can't. It can only handle like 720. So if you have it set up at 1080p or higher, it's not going to work. Or it's going to be kind of latent. It's got a big lag on it. So if you restream like I'm doing, YouTube will look fine, but then your Twitch will be like, so you have to kind of change your settings, which is kind of dumb, but. And how's your axe throwing going? How's the league? And I'm going to shake my hand at you for going out in public, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah, how's that going? Stream looks pretty good. Cool. Dankeschön. Dankeschön, darling. Dankeschön. Is that thunder? I didn't think we were having any storms today. Save those lies, darling, don't explain. Pictures show second balcony was the place we'd meet. Second seat, gold Dutch treat. You were sweet. 100 messages, yay, restream. League has been on hold. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry for that. My coworker started borrowing a bunch of car kits at the start of COVID to work with his daughter. Now he has them displayed in our meetings. Very nice. Yeah, I might start doing meetings in here. I just might move all my computer stuff in here. Second monitor, all this kind of stuff, so I can have this in the background. That's very cool, though. I know John is getting back into Lego now slowly. He has asked me for some advice on buying stuff, and he went and bought, like at the very beginning, kind of, he went nuts and bought, I won't say nuts, but he went and bought a bunch of kind of hard-to-find expensive sets. Some are not official Lego sets. They were off Brick Vault or individual had put these up for sale kind of thing. and they're very nice, and they're all Star Wars-y, so he's doing all these Star Wars things. But I basically opened a rabbit hole for him by helping him go through Bricklink and find parts that he might be needing. Where's this wheel that needs to go here? Cannot find the wheel. And so now I feel bad for his wife, Laura, because I'm like, I'm sorry, I know Beth is a very understanding person, but I don't wish this hobby on anybody's significant other who really doesn't get collecting or building, or it's just kind of an all-encompassing thing, as seen by this giant room, which is like a fifth of our house. Oh, all right. Oh, there it is. Got stuck under the instructions. Everyone's screaming, "It's under the instructions, you idiot!" More engine parts. Ta-da. I think there's actually going to be rubber bands. Almost bought a set last night at H-E-B. Man, I'm glad I don't go to H-E-B anymore for that reason. Because every time I leave through the toy aisle and I'm like, any new sets? No? Well, shoot. Because I always look for, or, you know, have I been able to justify getting that Y-Wing yet? Nope. All right. They just don't roll over. That's pretty cool. As much as like the store or a Target or something like that would. So there's a lot of those sets that stay there forever. Interesting. Okay, like that. And like interesting. Like that. But then there's that gap underneath there. Okay. That one goes, I'm going to have to turn this around. Sorry, y'all. Oh, that's why there's that one stud out there. Nice. I'm glad I got the TIE Fighter pilot one. Looks pretty cool. Oh, the head? Yeah. Those are cool. I'm not going to get any of those, but they do look cool. They look like they make really good display pieces. So there's also the new the sketch card ones that are like that big, and they're, you know, BB-8 and a Stormtrooper, or First Order Stormtrooper, and Batman and Joker and stuff like that. I hear a lot of people really like those. And those are good for like non-Lego people who just want something to kind of build and maybe have in their office. So I see those being pretty popular for that reason. They're a little expensive given how many parts they are, but you're also paying for the IP at that point. Like with everything Star Wars, Harry Potter related. Oh man, so nice. That's one thing I enjoy about living on my own. I don't have to argue or compromise with decorations go where, huh? If I just had free money, I would get a lot more Lego and have it all around. Yeah. Me too. Yeah, I need to be born to a rich relative and then have them die so I can just get like money I can invest somewhere and then use just the returns on the investment to just do Lego. That's really all I want to do and live off that. That would be joyful. I mean, if I could do this all day, every day, I would. That's the goal. That's the goal. Just stream, build, design, organize, sell. I don't know. I could make a go of it. I don't think I would make nearly as much as I'm making now, which means I wouldn't be able to afford buying anything. So there's the rub. And I feel like people who are able to buy every set that comes out and stream or do videos every day about the sets they have something else going on. Like they've given up something completely major in order to be able to do it, and I haven't been able to figure out what that is yet. But, you know, I'm still going to do what I do. Josh Gilson, everybody, the music that you're listening to, the title sequences, or the graphics, the lights, Josh Gilson, everybody. Visit joshgilson.com if you have any graphics work or web work that you need done. Throw him some love, throw him some work. Good dude. Hey, I thought the convention went really well, considering. I think the site was great. I think the couple times that we had to regroup and refresh and stuff were minimal, and I think it went well. I'm glad everybody was involved. And I got my shirt. And I knew I was going to get it Monday, and I got it Monday. Which I think is hilarious. Will was like, I put it in the mail at the same time as everybody else, and I'm like, it's just me, dude. It's the Pflugerville post office. Yeah, I wish I could invest in Lego. That'd be great if, like, for every set that I buy, I actually get 3, and then I hang on to them in about 6 months, sell them for twice as much, 3 times as much, whatever. Or whenever they get retired, 9 months. That would be cool. I still don't think I would be making what I make doing sysadmin stuff, but I don't know. It's one of those, do I take the leap and try it, and if it doesn't work, go back, or... I think we are going to get some rain here. It just got cloudy, and I think I hear thunder. So if my connection drops at any point during this second to last bag, penultimate bag, I apologize. Oh, I didn't think it was going to take this long to get through this. Oh, come on, really? So, why? That's my question. This has got to be for a look. It's got to be for, there's no reason to have that structurally. Just put 2 bricks in there. It's got to be so it looks like there's shocks in there or something, right? I don't even know where that... Well, that's mostly friction. It's sitting on one stud, but then the rest of it's friction held on by that. Oh wait, that's wrong. Yeah, that's got to be just so it looks like it's there's your springs. Guess we're gonna do another one. Happy are the days where we build Lego and listen to techno. And can't find that one part. There we go. So Aaron, would you buy nothing but Star Wars, or would you just get any Lego? Josh asks. Yep, it's meant to be the pump system. Were you able to get any new sets yesterday before they went out of stock? So I don't know what sets came out yesterday. I mean, it was the piano and the NES, and the NES I was planning on trying to get for Christmas. So I wasn't really planning on getting anything other than the NES. And then the Star Wars sets that I wanted don't come out until September 1st. And now Doc says that they may change that to August 15th. So, caution, fan. All right. I don't know how that's supposed to go on there. I can't really see from that angle. So no, I didn't. I stayed up late thinking I was going to get the 501st Battle Pack. And it turns out that's not coming out until September 1st, so I didn't get anything. And again, I don't review new sets. I can't get new sets fast enough to bother having them on my channel, so I don't mind waiting a little bit to get them. NES piano Lego art, the Comic-Con set on Toys R Us. Yeah, I didn't have any desire to get the Comic-Con set. I didn't know about that one. I wasn't going to get the piano. I'm not going to get any Lego art. The Lego art, I feel like those are good ways to get a lot of 1x1 tiles, and I could just order those on Bricklink and then make my own art if I wanted to. I mean, they look like fun, but those don't look like challenging sets that I'd want to do, really. I did this a little backwards. Slow down. So I want the ITS because that looks like a fun build, plus it gets me a new figure that I'm going to need for when I do the microfighter version of that set. But that's like $100. Then the battle pack, obviously, and then maybe the CIS Walker or the CIS Tank. I'm not sure if I want that one yet. That's about it. That's all the new stuff that I really want. And then the NES, I'm hoping to get it for Christmas. This is pretty cool because that color brick, that like seafoam color brick, light blue or whatever it is, like super light blue, is that's your radiator, or that's your wiper fluid container. That's pretty cool. You can't see it from there. I like it. It works pretty well. This engine is really nice. This engine's coming together pretty well. I would have gone on longer the first night had I known that it was going to take this long to do. But we've got nothing else to do today, so. Times 2. Yeah, and I have a feeling on August 15th or September 1st or whenever it's officially time to get those new sets that are the Star Wars sets, I have a feeling that I'm not going to be able to get any. I have a feeling that I'm going to sit on the website and refresh, and like there's going to be cart errors and there's going to be all kinds of stuff, and it's going to be impossible to get. So I'll try but I think what will happen is I'll probably end up waiting until they're more available. Or I may try to go sneak into Kohl's or something and see if they've got some where people don't really know to look there, or Barnes & Noble, and hope, you know, just kind of luck into one. You need to enable Super Chat so it can help fund your addiction. So here's my question. I'm probably going to... I can't enable Super Chat until I have like 1,000 subscribers. I thought. Excuse me. So I'm closer to getting affiliate on Twitch than I am being able to do anything on YouTube. But once I do one, I can't really do the other. So I have to decide which one I want to do more. Oh. Yeah, I need that. That's nice. That looks great. But yeah, Super Chat would be fun. I think Super Chat, I don't know that would go towards Lego as much as it would be also. Well, thanks, Kodiak. As much as it would be also getting good equipment too. Like I really would like to get a better PC eventually, or Mac, or whatever, so I could stream a little better. Although this is working pretty well. Oh, the snot building is just blowing my damn mind. So good. Like this is one of those things where just when I feel like I'm getting a handle on being able to be a good designer and builder, I'll put this set together and be like, nope. That was incredible. Why can't you do both? It's my understanding, Tucker, that if you decide to be, you can't, from what I understand, you can't be, I mean, you can be an affiliate, but I think you can't get money from both. I didn't think you could. Maybe that's just partner. I don't know. I'm going to have to read up on it. And to be honest, the getting it from the streams is not as important. I just would like people to know that I have designs out there on Rebrickable. I'd rather they go to Rebrickable and pay $1 and download a PDF and have a model to build. That to me seems more satisfying than just, you know, whatever. But I've never been a really good self-promoter. This one I have no confusion about which way it goes. When I was doing comic book art, I was never good at self-promoting. Ah, look at that! Look at that engine. That's so nice. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah, there's some agreement where you can't be both monetized on YouTube and monetized on Twitch. I think you have to pick one. So it almost feels like it'd be better to be monetized on Twitch and then have video on demand on YouTube. But I'm going to talk to some, I've been trying to reach out to some Restream folks and see what they think. And in the end, it comes down to which one do you like using better. And I'm like, I use Restream. I don't really care what I feed into. I just use this one tool. And it feeds into both of them. So I don't really care which one gets it. It's having more eyeballs. Josh, you would know why there's that agreement, I think, right? Having some knowledge of YouTube, like you do. Oh, this engine is just kicking my butt. There's so much to it. That's why you see YouTube titans like Markiplier and PewDiePie and Twitch titans such as Ninja. Yeah. Or Bricknick. There's a Lego guy named Bricknick who he's not even a partner yet, but it's like some huge thing that he can't reach, that you need to be a partner. But he's been doing this for a long time, and it's like he's got the viewers, but it's that weird little thing where he can't just get past that one level. So you can see what's going on there. But again, he also does this all the time, and this is what he does. Like, I don't think he has like a day job like I do. Streaming Lego stuff is his day job. So it's very meta to talk about the thing that you want to do while you're doing the thing. Not 100% sure, but I think more comes down to being a partner. For example, streamers can't be partners with Twitch and Facebook, but if you want to still show ads, just not partner. So you can be an affiliate and then have ads on YouTube. Because affiliate doesn't really mean anything. It just means you get to unlock certain things, right? And Super Chat, I can't. I think it's 1,000 subscribers for Super Chat, or maybe even 10,000. Like it's a number that I don't think I'm going to reach very soon. Sad face me. I mean, I could throw up tip jars in the description. I could be like, "Hey, here's my Venmo address." But that's why I have Rebrickable. I'd rather, or I could do Patreon, which is kind of like, you know, if you want to be a patron at this level, you can get. I was thinking about this today, like. We can vote on what design to do next if you're like $1 a month or something, or you can get early access to. The thing is, I don't make videos, so I don't have anything other than streams. So the early access wouldn't really mean anything. But also maybe at a certain level, you could also get, I'll send you, you can get access to the library of microfighter designs or something like that on Google Drive. I'll give you a password for that. Because I was thinking about it, and somebody's like, you should have a Patreon. I'm like, for what? I can't offer anything to anybody, really. What is that caught under there? nice. Oh, still got one more bag after this. How you doing, Beth? She's catching up on old podcasts, so she's fine. I, however, am getting a sore butt. But I want to be done with this today. I was waiting all weekend to get this. So I want to get it done. It sounds like Dragon Ball. Pokemon. NZ Palin, how's it going? Thanks for coming across Twitch, man. Appreciate you being here. We're building a Mustang. Drinking coffee and listening to music. Special coffee, too. So NZ Palin, are you NZ Palin because you're from New Zealand and your last name is Palin? Are you a Michael Palin fan? You guys are warriors. I don't know what that means, Bricks, but I appreciate it. If you mean the fact that I've just been sitting here for 2.5 hours, then yeah. I'm going to hate it when I have to go work out here afterwards, and I'm going to be sore and stiff. But hey, man, if CC can do it, CC Cafe Con Lego can do it, I can do it. She's also like half my age, so. These old bones, man. It's the other thing I've noticed about YouTube, Lego YouTubers, is they are a young group. There's a couple old guys out there, but for the most part, old dudes. And it's Pain. Oh, there's 2 eyes. Sorry, the chat's really small from here. Pain with 2 eyes. NZ Pain. Got it. Well, regardless, thank you for being here, NZ Pain. That sounds like that's your stage name. Here comes our other fenders, times 2. Pain. Well, I appreciate you being here all the way from New Zealand. That's super cool for you to stop by. Are you a Lego fan? Do you enjoy Lego? All right. I'm going to turn this around so I can see it. I kind of love all the little red 1x1 rounds on here. It kind of looks like little hard points. It's like, here's where this thing would attach, and here's where this thing would attach. What the what? Oh, okay. No, that was right. I enjoy watching new things, anything really. meet and learn new things. Nice. Well, you're probably not going to learn a whole lot by watching somebody build a Lego set that's already here. But if you come back on Thursday nights at 8 p.m., and again Sunday next week, there is a likelihood that you will see some design work going on. I design Star Wars microfighters like that in Studio, and then I order the parts and build them. There's a Fireball from Star Wars Resistance. Sets that they haven't done yet. Here's the one I just did this week. It's the Twilight from the Clone Wars. So that's another thing that I do on this channel. Sometimes my fiance will sit here and she will build a set, and I will talk about a show that she likes, that I watch. That's about it, really. So I've been trying to brush up on my French. So if you'd like to be here to work on French, I might start doing a little bit of that. But thanks for being here. Tiles. Yeah, the crafting channels on Twitch too are really good places to just kind of zone out and watch somebody do something that you wouldn't have thought would be a thing. I've got a friend who just started a channel on, he paints minis. He paints minis for gaming, and it's just his head down in the corner, and he's just sitting there with his camera close up painting something for an hour or so. And I would have thought, you know, when I first started doing this, I'm like, nobody's going to watch that. Turns out, a lot of people are going to watch that. So it's always cool to see new things, especially when it's live, and you can kind of talk to them and ask them questions. A little square thing that I'm going to lose down in the cracks. I like the chatting too. As much as I complain about not having a lot of people on here, I think having a handful of people on at once is probably better, because then I can focus on actually talking with people. So if I had more people viewing, that's better for me, but I also feel like chats would be lost. All right, I think that is it for this bag. One more bag, y'all. There are a lot of pieces left over here, and all of them are good Technic 1x pieces. So I'm confident we didn't miss any instructions. Those are your leftovers. On to last bag. And this is going to be quick because it's got tires in it. Sorry for the noise. I'm going to open this bag, and then I'm going to go pour one more cup of coffee. So don't go anywhere. Ooh. Careful. I know I need to have buckets or something so they don't roll away on me. That lets chat play the games for him. Nice. Yeah, I've seen those. There was a Pokemon one like that, wasn't there? Oh, well, this is a... Oh, you know what? I'm going to get flagged. Oh, man, I hope I don't get flagged. I drifted off the dude's playlist, and I guess I'm still on YouTube if you guys can still see me. I got pulled off of his playlist and went to a different one because I think I ran out of stuff on his channel. Because I was like, this is Zelda. Yikes. Oh well. If it happens, it happens. Yeah, so give me a second. I'm going to go pour a cup of coffee. I'm going to put this up so everybody knows, and I will be right back. And we're back. Yeah, he does a lot of GTA and such. Yeah, you're still live on YouTube. Sweet. Okay, last bag. Here we go. Let's knock this nonsense out. Oddly dark here, and I'm trying to figure out if it's going to rain or if it's just Austin weather's a little weird. Because I keep hearing that. And these people next door have just moved in, and I can't tell if it's they're moving stuff or that's actual thunder. Ooh. Big sexy pieces. Which one has the sticker on it? Ooh, is that a sticker or a print? Print. Nice. Oh, that is satisfying. So good. It does look like there are a lot of parts here, so this still will take a little bit. I'm wondering where my boy Glenn is. He hasn't been on in the last couple streams. is a sexy looking hood. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm hoping whatever happened with YouTube the other day has corrected itself. Because I know a lot of people got a little freaked out that the music they thought they were able to use while they were streaming turned out they couldn't, or the bots were just flagging everything. And I get it. YouTube people are overworked because there's, you know, they have to either remote in or they can't get enough people in the office to do the job. It's just kind of frightening. So they have to rely on some algorithms. And working in IT, I know sometimes algorithms don't work. I have to deal with our spam, our email security server or provider, because we don't have a server anymore, it's just in the cloud. So I know that it doesn't, oh, it's not the hood, it's the top. Oh, okay, hang on. Slow your roll. Slow your roll, man. A sticker. What is the sticker of? It is the car behind you. Because it is the rear view mirror. Oh, I have two brick separators. Ho, ho, ho. That just sits on there. Okay. Again, faith in the... Oh, wait. Oh, missed a bit. Faith in the clutch. I'm going to go back and look at something just to make sure. Okay. Nice. Very cool. It's got that shape. I'm glad these were printed. I think they're actually, yeah, they're printed. Because I wouldn't have been able to get those on straight. They would have looked like garbage. Move this over here so you can see it. Straight garbage. So what are your all's thoughts on Patreon? Do you guys on Patreon for anybody's channels? What do you get when you subscribe to them? I know Beth is on quite a few, and it's mostly podcasts, and she gets sneak peeks at their podcast notes or something. And then I'm only on a couple. But it's mostly because, like, if I'm going to find out if this guy's got one, I'll subscribe to his. And it's mostly because I know what they do costs. So I am fully cognizant of that and will throw them $1 a month to help. I'm on E.C. Henry's because he does really cool Star Wars stuff. Kevin Hinkle's because that's his job. But yeah, I was thinking about doing one for myself, and I was like, I don't know what I would offer people. The ability to vote on what you see on the next video. Access to all the instructions, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. So all that is to say, I don't really know what I get from the ones that I subscribe to other than knowing that I subscribe to them. And that helps them out. I saw a post on, I guess it was Facebook, and I can't remember if it was our local lug that it was on, or if it was something else. Two posts, actually, two different ones, two different times. One was this lady, and I think it was our text lug group, who was like, my husband said, or I asked what set I should build, and he said, and apparently he's also a builder, he said Lego is for men and to not worry about it. And she's like, challenge accepted, and she was going to build the Ferrari or the Lamborghini or some big set, and you know, which is like jumping in the deep end, really, because that's not an easy set if you haven't ever built Lego. Just because of the sheer number of pieces and some of the Technic bits, and just, you know, if you're an adult following directions, nothing is really out of your reach. I don't think that Lego in general is a complicated thing that people should be afraid of doing, but the fact was somebody told her that it's for men, and we were all kind of like, that guy's a jerk, blah, blah, blah. He may have also been kidding. But she organized them in such a way that she had cups everywhere. Like, she had a table kind of like this. She probably had 2 or 3, like another one here and another one behind her, full of little plastic cups. And each group of, like, she opened up all the bags and then organized them all, so each piece type had its own cup. And I'm like, oh my God. First of all, full marks on going through all that. And at the same time, holy crap, you could have just opened them a bag at a time and just done, you know, bag number 1. It's like you opened them all at once. It just, you know, everybody was kind of like, what are you doing? First of all, I mean, that's impressive that you did, you know, you spent probably more time organizing them than you will building. I really like that these are all printed, all those stripes. I'm glad they're not stickers. I really, really like that. It's just so helpful because I spend more time building than placing stickers. So, just yay. Although I think I've got some extras. I mean, we've only got that left, and there's that, and there's that. I think it's if you're going to build, okay, jumping ahead of myself, because I think you can build an intake versus not, basically. And there was another person who posted kind of alongside that, where they laid all their pieces out, and it looked like the bill of materials in the back, right? It looked like that on a table. They just meticulously laid it out, all the pieces. And again, we're like, wow, that takes some doing. And it almost seems like something somebody would do if they're getting tired of just building stuff and they want to do something a little more photogenic and challenging. To make sure I'm still on the right playlist. So it'd be interesting to know how people like organize their builds and stuff. I just go bag by bag and I dump them out. I know some people will have cups, so they'll put a bag in it or a big Tupperware so the pieces don't roll away. That I get, and that has happened to me too because the edge here has no lip on it or anything. So oh my God, I've been here for 3 hours. 3 hours, y'all. Not the longest stream I've ever done, but getting close. To keep leaning over because there's like a shine on the instructions. Aha, here we go. Here's the rest of the stuff. What the what? Oh, it's just raised up. So yeah, I think right here is another step where you can take this off and build a different, like you can build a blower or whatever. Oh, and that's kind of it. Because I think we're on wheels now. Yeah. So I think I might get to the point where I think I'm done with this. Because it's 3 hours and I kind of want to be done. So the main part is done because I think after this is just, you can build different if you want to build the souped up version, you can take different parts off, yeah, and build different motors, like the turbo kind of portion of it. So I wonder what I missed with this plate. There's a big old plate here. I guess that's a different spoiler on the front. Ground effects stuff. All right, yeah. So license plate. You guys get a pick. Which license plate? Dark blue, the yellow. Wow, okay, so it doesn't have... It's got different ones for... different ones for both? No, because you got to put one on the back too, right? Yeah. So those two would go together. What would those two go together? California, Michigan. Weird. And I think that sticker's for the blower stuff. I'd go yellow, contrast with blue. That's what I was thinking. It makes it feel like a California plate. Or I guess that's Michigan, but the plate, you're right, would look better. I'm in agreement. Sometimes these tires don't flush all the way out. These little puckered bits. All right. Oh, neat. You can kind of see these parts become the disc, like the disc, I guess disc brakes. So hard to get on there. Wait a minute. Oh no, that's right. These backhand ones just seem to come out really far. Which means I feel like I screwed something up. Ugh. Now I gotta put you upside down so I can see what the heck is going on. Good gravy. All right. Half bushings. On the back here, why are those so big? Did I forget something? I feel like I left out bits. And I still have extra pieces, so I mean, maybe I didn't. Now they just stick way out. All right, yellow, yellow and yellow. I would not have made a good surgeon. And then yellow here. Yeah, I don't understand the difference between these license plates because it's what are those supposed to be? I don't have those as a part. Oh, I see. This is okay. Take all that off. Whatever. So this goes on the front anyway. It doesn't matter. I'll just do this one on the back. Y'all, thanks for hanging. Totally lost my voice. Thank you for hanging out. It's a very stable feeling. So you got your Michigan plate up there. You got your, I don't know what that is in the back, not Michigan. But, so for now, because I'm going to be done with this, I'm not going to build that souped up engine thing just yet. Probably build it on my own later. But this was a lot of fun. Thanks for sticking it out. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe or follow. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch. And we'll be back, or I'll be back Thursday. If I get that T6 shuttle, I'll build that on Thursday. If not, we'll just do some design work. I've got a couple in the hopper I'd like to do. But yeah, so here's your Mustang GT. It's going to make a nice addition to all the other cars over here. I don't know exactly where. I'm going to have to make some room for it somewhere, but I appreciate you guys being here, and hopefully we'll see you on Thursday. And y'all be good and take care, and let's see if I can scroll down to this down here. I will talk to you guys in a few days. Have a good Sunday.